Hey everyone, it's Alicia. Welcome back to my channel, and you can see I'm still wearing the same dress, so you know that it's likely still Wednesday when I film this video, except it's long after midnight my time. It's really 1 o'clock in the morning my time, so it's officially Thursday. And so I'm recording this video now, and I'm scheduling it to upload in the morning. So when y'all get up, this will be my first video for Thursday, so happy Thursday. Good morning to y'all. Good morning. And for those of you who are new here, welcome. This is going to be a really fun day for you to come on. And for those of you who are returning, you're not going to be at all surprised because I promised you this. So I was just surprised that it happened so fast in my mind anyway. When we did the first Wee Wish and Weighty Want, and it was so successful, and it caused all sorts of firecracking of goodness and generosity of spirit and cross-helping and sharing and communication, I promised we would do one every month. Well, folks, I couldn't believe it. I set the timer on my calendar so I would know. It is exactly 4 weeks. Can you believe it? You know why it was hard for me to believe? Because almost every day this month, we've had a wish granted. I'm not kidding. Sometimes in a day, we've had 3 wishes granted. I've been the recipient of many wishes this week alone, right? And I've shared them all with you. So my computer's doing these funky warnings, guys. I really hope my laptop lasts until I get home, because I don't want to have to buy one here because it's much more expensive. Plus, there'll be compatibility issues. So hope for me, I can always use my husband's laptop, so I'll be all right. But I don't want this to go out yet. Anyway, back to Wee Wishes and Weighty Wants. So I promised that we were going to do this every month, and it is exactly a month. So it is Wee Wishes and Weighty Wants time. Now, there are a couple of changes to the program because I had some feedback, a little bit of feedback from folks. Normally, I leave this open to everyone. I don't make it a necessity that you're a subscriber. But I think some subscribers felt that you should be part of this community for this particular thing that we do. What do we call it? An exchange? I think a heartfelt exchange. And I can see that point, actually. Some people texted me and gave me that feedback. They said, look, I love that you leave this open, like you leave so many things open to everyone and you never make it a requirement. But this is really cross-community giving. And, wouldn't it be terrible if someone came in who was just flying in for the Wee Wish or Weighty Want and then took the item and then just left? I always see goodness in people. I'm going to tell you this. It's both a beautiful thing in me and it can sometimes be a flaw because I just don't think that way at all. So it was really good feedback to get because I can see that as a point after it was explained to me by a couple of people. It would be really hurtful if someone just came on here to ask for something, got it, and then disappeared forever and never gave back to anyone in the community. That would be pretty heartbreaking. So for the first time, I am making it a requirement that you're a subscriber. So I'm afraid that's going to have to be a requirement from now on for each Wee Wish and Weighty Want. And that just sort of guarantees that it's a community-spirited and supported project and that we don't have people flying in and out just for the Wee Wish and Weighty Want, because that would hurt our community here. Now, we don't want anyone hurt, especially when something was this successful and something was this joyous and unbelievable. Because, we saw people sometimes granting 7 wishes. You didn't hear about all of them, folks, because some people like Miss Sabrina did her racking quietly. Or like Lauren Cunningham just sent off that whole package to Margaret and didn't say a word to anybody. She didn't even send me an email. Nothing. I mean, some people were very quiet but sent me an email later. But no, Miss Lauren just sent hers off. Thank goodness Margaret did a whole video so that I learned about it. Because, folks, what I didn't mention in the first Wee Wish and Weighty Want is that everyone who did a rack or granted a Wee Wish or a Weighty Want got entered in our collaborative draw for the die cutter that we're doing on August 1st. Because we asked then for anyone to do a rack or a note or a drawing or anything for another person. And so many of you didn't just do one rack, you did multiple racks for people. So many of you granted more than one wish, like Crafting Con Cruise. She's got so many check marks, I'm not kidding. I think it's over 8. Like, seriously. And Lisa and I never thought that people would do more than one rack. So we didn't make a rule about that. So now I have to talk to Miss Lisa and we have to figure out what to do. Like, do we give Cruz one entry for each rack? Probably. But I have to check with Lisa. She's my partner. I can't make that rule alone. And Miss Danielle, the Pink Zebra Unicorn Crafter, despite being price locked in Canada, has been racking people all over the place. And she's another one who's quiet like Miss Sabrina. She doesn't say anything, but thank goodness people either made a video or emailed me or messaged me and let me know, because Miss Danielle didn't say a word. Not a word. And you know, folks, for the amount of rack that Miss Danielle sent, that means her supplies are going down like this. I'm not kidding. And as I told you, and so did she, one small, like 6x6 paper pad can cost her $40. So everything she sent out is like huge expense for her. So I know her supplies have gone down like this. So Miss Danielle, you better think about your Wee Wish and your Weighty Want, because you're going to need some new supplies, girlfriend. Now, there's a new component to this in addition to needing to be a subscriber to this channel. And if you subscribe just to participate in the Wee Wish and Weighty Want, I have to tell you my expectation is that you stick around. And by sticking around, I mean you become a member of this community. And what you're going to learn about this channel is that the people who come here are very supportive of one another. They view each other's projects, they view each other's racks, they view each other's swap boxes, then the unboxings, they view each other's sneak peeks, they give tips. If someone says, hey, I need some help, like Rosita did with the mail and I did with the shaker card, everyone comes on board and gives suggestions. It's a very supportive community, so you can't just hit the subscribe button. No, there's an expectation you're now going to be a supportive member, a supportive, active member of this community. And you know, there's no way to tell that until after this is done. But if I see that you're not doing that after the first one that you participate in, I will eliminate you for number 3. Because we are doing this monthly, folks. Oh, yes, we are. We are. We are. And you know, there's multiple ways to support other people. I've said this. Letitia and Margaret are so supportive. They cheer on everyone. They watch everybody's videos. They comment. They give suggestions. They are super, super supportive of new makers and so respectful of like super uber expert makers. They're just wonderful members of this community. And I don't mean that they just support me. No, they support everybody. I don't know how they find the time. Like Letitia's got a kid. I know Margaret's got responsibilities, and yet they do. So, you know, you can support in a lot of different ways. There are many ways, and we've seen it here. Susan Tootsie Tucker is using her artistic abilities and talents to make Jelly Bean's heart mend a little. That's a super, super weighty want, granted. And it was like a want Miss Jelly Bean didn't even know she had until Susan generously offered it up. So I just want to be clear that if you're coming on as a brand new subscriber to participate in this, there's going to be an expectation that you participate in some meaningful way in this community, because that's what this channel is about. It's about cross support, and that's really important here. All right, now that I've done that, let me tell you what else I want you to think about. So one of the things I've learned from Sabrina about her Christian crafting group, which by the way I think is run by a crafting genius, seriously, because they do so many inventive things. That's where I got this idea from, and many others, I have to tell you. I always credit this group. I think the person running it is super smart and so innovative. And also a bit of an expert administrator. Really well done. How this group functions, it's like if you're interested in a Christian crafting group, this is probably the one for you, and you should contact Miss Sabrina about it, because they're fantastic. Truly fantastic. So one of the things they do is they'll make a suggestion about something that they want that is used. So like Sabrina loves punches. And you know, we've all done this where we've bought one we don't like, or we don't use as much, or we just find we thought we would use it and we just don't. And that punch is just sitting around. Well, guess what? Loads of new crafters are desperate for punches, right? Especially if they don't have a die maker. And I know Sabrina loves getting used punches. I think every crafter likes getting punches. And we don't care if they're new or used. So I want you to think about an item that you would love that could be used. You know, it could be half a sticker sheet of something, and or it could be stamps, acrylic stamps, or it could be like Sabrina that you want punches. It could be leftover paper sheets. You know, if you're a new crafter and you're trying to expand your making, you might just need some leftover vintage paper or some leftover shabby paper from somebody's pad. And you know, folks, makers always have some leftover paper somewhere. So I want you to think about that and to list that in addition to your Wee Wish and Weighty Want. And to existing crafters, those of us who have stashes built already, I want you to think about what you got in your stash that you're not using. I know, folks, we all have that. Even those of us who have recently cleaned out and redone our spaces, we've got stuff that we can give away. So when I did mine, I realized as a person who's passionate about bookmaking, I have very few bookmaking supplies and way too many packaging supplies because I'm a bit packaging obsessed at home. And this hiatus, because I can't package here, is a good thing for me, because maybe it's going to stop me from buying any more packaging in the kind of obsessive way I do at home. So if I were home, I'd be like, okay, y'all, who needs paper treat bags? I got tons, and I do in all sorts of patterns, varieties, makers. Got some cute little bunny ones. Oh, I've got all sorts. So who needs treat bags? And maybe 2 people will contact me and say, I need them. Okay, so I'll send those off to those 2 people because I've got too many. So existing crafters with stashes, I want you to go through your stash this week and I want you to think about what you've got too much of that you can offer up to the community. So you make your offer and then you list your Wee Wish and your Weighty Want, because you know we all have something. We all have something, folks. We do. And I love what Sabrina's Christian Crafters do. So let's say I said, oh, you know what? I really would like Halloween ephemera, like 1 piece of Halloween ephemera. Yeah, I got to be that specific with you folks, because look what happened with the carousel. I asked for some carousel, and I got the whole mother load of the whole carousel collection. I'm going to be way more specific this time. I'm going to be like, I want 1 piece of something. Okay, so let's say I put out the treat bags, and Miss Sabrina takes the treat bags. Then Sabrina's going to say, okay, I took those treat bags. Guess what, folks? I realized I also have some extra stickers that I'm not using. Who wants them? Now, she may have already said she had extra lace that she could give out, but now she's going to offer up something else because, you know, she took something, so she's giving something back. That's, if you're a new crafter, that's really hard to do, so don't feel compelled to do that. If you're a landlocked crafter, don't feel compelled to do that. Like Rosita is both building up her stash, and as she told us, she lives far away from certain stores, so it's not easy for her to get supplies at all at a reasonable price. So please don't feel compelled to do that. But those of us who do have a really hardy stash, and we can afford to give some more stuff away, I want you to figure out what you can offer up to other people. Because you know you've got stuff in there. We all have stuff in there, folks. We do. We really do. All right, so like last time, we have a week. You have a week to think about what your Wee Wish.
It's 1 o'clock.
Oh, and our man is there. See, I told you it was like 1 a.m. All right, so your Wee Wish and your Weighty Want. Now, you have until Tuesday, midnight Eastern Standard Time to post that, which will be 7 a.m. my time here. So when I wake up, I'll see that, and that'll begin our whole thing. And like last time, I'll grant 1 Wee Wish and 1 Weighty Want. And again, just think about what existing crafters, what you can offer up to the group, and to people who are new crafters or people that need more supplies, existing crafters. I also want you to think about what you could use for your stash that is used. And I gotta tell you, don't be afraid, folks. Like, if you've got sticker sheets that had 30 stickers and you use 10 of them, I can promise you nobody's gonna care. They just need those stickers. Or if you hauled up like a Good Vibes ephemera pack and it had 30 pieces in it and you use 15, but you're not going to use the other 15, offer it up. I'm telling you, people are going to want it. People like Lisa and I just alter it anyway, right? And so do the shabby makers. So it won't matter to us that you used 15 and maybe you didn't like the other 15. We don't care. We're going to alter it. So we probably are going to like it. So don't be afraid to offer up, like, you know, partially used things. There's nothing wrong with that. And, you know, I know this is unheard of, but some people don't like a few pieces out of the Maggie Home stuff that they've hauled. I'm telling you, it's true. Like, we always are a bit fussy, right? There's always a couple of pieces in each ephemera pack that I'm not in love with, especially with the Sunny Days. I have to tell you, I told you guys this, the truth. It was my least favorite collection by Maggie Holmes. Yes, I've learned to like it. I like the project pad, but I didn't love the ephemera pack. And I have a couple of pieces, I was thinking about it, that I could offer up to somebody because I don't love them, but maybe somebody else does. So that's a way to help offer back. It's only a couple of pieces, but I'm sure somebody wants them. So that's something that you can go through your stash and take a look at. What do you have that you could offer up that either you don't like, you're not using, you likely won't use, or you just have too much of? Offer that stuff up, because everyone on here could benefit from that, whether you're a new maker building your stash, and that's going to expand their making. And when you expand their making, then they get more practice, they get better. It's really being helpful. And for existing crafters, you know we all need stuff to expand our stash. Like maybe we haul too much of one collection, we need another style, or maybe like Alicia Love Letter Generation, she just did her first shabby project. And, you know, she's part of our swap group, and now there's going to be some shabbiness. She doesn't have a lot of shabby supplies. I'm sure she would love anybody's leftover bits of lace, because she doesn't have any. Right? And I told you in Australia it's really expensive, so I bet you she would love any little bits of leftover lace you have, because with shabby projects sometimes all you need is a little piece like this of lace. So sending somebody little snippets of lace like this is super helpful. Here's another great example. Alright, so you have until next Tuesday, midnight Eastern Standard Time. It's like, check if you're in different zones, check New York's clock. That's an Eastern Standard Time. Or Washington, D.C., or any of those. But New York or Washington, D.C. makes it easy. And You have until midnight. List your wee wish, your weighty want, and think about what you can offer from your stash, or conversely, what you desperately need for your stash, right? What you desperately need. My last thought is, and I bet you we hadn't thought much about this, but because of Judy's recent epic tutorial, I did think about this. You also could make a weighty want, a tutorial. You know, if there's a tutorial that you just haven't found the right one for, or you really want to learn how to make something, and you know that you really want to learn it, but you've looked through the video so far and it's not clear to you yet, you could make your weighty wish, your weighty want, a tutorial. Or you could do like Candy did and do a swap request. So this was very inventive of Candy, like super inventive. So, that's something else you can do. So either a tutorial or a swap, or a small exchange. Maybe you want to do a memdex exchange. Throw it out. You never know, guys. A wish could be granted. A wish could be granted. That's it for tonight. And really, it's tonight my time, but it's morning when you're going to see this. So I hope you all have a great day. I can't wait to see what happens with this round. I think we're going to once again see the magic of this community. And again, to think about what used items you could benefit from other people's stashes, because we all probably can help you out a little with that. And that's really it, folks. I hope you have a great day. I'm going to do a bunch of making because I have a whole long list of projects to take care of. I brought you the record ephemera entries 1 to 3, and tomorrow I'll probably bring you the others. So that's wonderful because we're doing the draw at the end of the week, and I'm going to ask you for some help with one other piece, which you're going to find about later on in the week. And I updated the birthday surprise, not so surprise anymore, birthday challenge to include Miss Letitia and Miss Jellybean, because it's also their birthdays. So make sure to wish them all a happy birthday. That's Kathy Katzel Create, Letitia, and also Jellybean. And that's it, folks. Oh, my last thing I didn't share with you. Can you believe that Miss Dina, this Mama Loves Disney, was catching up? She was binge watching videos, which I also love to do, by the way, Dina. I do. Hey, Dina. Hey, Dina. I love that you do that on your channel. Whenever she mentions someone, she does this thing where she goes, hey, Alicia. And I always answer back when I watch her video. I'm like, hey, Dina. So, hey, Dina. Dina texted me after binge watching the videos, and she's like, I should tell you, you don't have to hoard or photocopy those stickers if you want to use them, because I hauled these for you, but I was saving them until you got home as a surprise present. Guys, it was more carousel. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what? When I say I was blessed with like the Maggie home shower, I was truly blessed. Thanks to Kathy Katzel Create, thanks to Sabrina, thanks to Crafting Con Cruise, thanks to Lisa Made You to Create, and thanks to Dina, this Mama Loves Disney. How lucky am I, folks? Seriously. So this round, Alicia's going to be very specific. She's going to be like, I want one piece of this. One piece. Because you all have taught me I have to be that specific. But I'm grateful to all of you. And thank you. And thank you for being so wonderful with this Wee Wish and Weighty Want. Again, I got to credit Sabrina's Christian Crafting Group. It was their idea. We're just running with it because it's super successful and it warms everybody's heart and it expands everybody's world. They're making world, and that's the most amazing thing. So thank you, everyone, and thank you to the Creative Christian Crafting Group that Sabrina's part of for setting this bar for us. And we're hoping we're raising it almost as high as you do, because you folks do great projects that are so innovative. All right, folks, that's it. By the time you watch this, I will be already up and making, because that's what I'm doing tomorrow. Hopefully in a new set of pajamas, because today I got a few goops and gobs all over my jammies, so time to put on some new ones. And yeah, I'll see you later in the day. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you later on, and I'll be there to comment. All right, bye for now, folks.